Hello and welcome back to part 2 of our mini video series. My name is Adam, business automation company, and what I want to talk to you about today in this video is about your lead magnet and a part of your automated marketing process and strategy. So in the last video we covered the idea of sort of automatic traffic, and the best way to do that is with pay-per-click. I'll put a link around here for the previous video. So what we want to talk about today is the lead magnet. Now it's a fancy term for producing something of value that's going to be of value to your readers and your potential audience, but is of relatively low cost to you. Now typically these are things that are digital products, so they could be things like an ebook, or it could be an email series, it could be a white paper if you're sort of selling corporate level. Some variant of that. Typically it's either delivered via a PDF or via an email series or series of autoresponders. We've taken a slightly different approach because one of our high-end products is sort of 10 to 20,000 quid. Not everything we do is, but one of our high-end products is. We took the idea of actually writing a book. I wrote in 2011 called Automate Your Business. Got the revised version coming out soon for anyone that's interested. We actually printed a real book, and that worked an absolute treat. And one of the biggest comments that I got back was that it was really nice to be able to, they thought it was even going to be a PDF, and then of course we send this thing and it's a real book, and they're really, really happy, and it does wonders in portraying you as a super professional company. So you can give that a look. I would certainly recommend it if your profit in each job is sort of 1,000 quid upwards. It's very much worth sort of sending out 20 or 30 books to get back a sale. So give that a look. It's very much worth it. So the thing that I really want to cover here, and what we really did very well, was I'd spent 7 or 8 years of my sort of web design life, if you like, sort of back in the early 2000s, hearing directly from people exactly what their issues were. So they were using a lot of spreadsheets, and they're missing leads and didn't know how to follow up with people and all that kind of stuff. So naturally, when I sat down to write Automate Your Business, I had all of this content that was right from the people that were actually experiencing the real world problems. So it was really easy to put this stuff together, and there were real problems. What a lot of people do, and this is the mistake that I hope that you won't make, is try and draw from your experience with your actual customers, rather than just thinking what would be interesting. Okay, so it would be really interesting for me to sit down, and in fact actually we did this. I wrote a colossal failure. It was called Cocktails and Palm Trees. It was awful. The content was way better than Automate Your Business in my opinion, but it completely flopped as a book because the content didn't speak to people, and it was just my version of how to do things, which didn't necessarily resonate. So be careful that you don't end up just writing what you want to write what they want to hear. That's the sort of key difference here. Okay, so think about that. Once you've got those subjects down, then of course what you can do is, I've got an audience now, then of course what you can do is produce that as sort of a PDF or as an email series, and off to the races. So that is how you produce yourself a lead magnet. I hope that's given you some ideas, and yeah, the next part of this mini series is going to be how you are going to deliver this, and how you're going to then one last point. I didn't make this point, and I was going to put it in the next video, but I think it's more relevant here. When you deliver this thing, when I say deliver it, I mean electronically deliver it. Do not put the PDF or whatever if it is a PDF. If it's an email, then fine, but if you're producing a PDF and that's your sort of giveaway, don't put it on the thank you page. So if you think about the reality of this thing, I'll try and put some graphics on here, but don't, which side is the blank bit of the camera? This side. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So if you've got your sort of page here, and you then sort of get them to fill in the different fields or whatever, and then they click go, and then they see a thank you page, don't put it here, right? Because what that teaches them to do is download it, and then the second they get your first email that says, oh, hi, thanks, da-da-da-da-da, they can just simply unsubscribe because they've already got what they came for. What you really want to be doing is you want to actually get them to receive the email. Now, with open rates being so abysmally awful these days, you want to get them to go and find it. You know, if it happens to have landed in their spam folder, you want them to go and actually get it out of there and then say, no, this is not spam, I want to keep it. And then, of course, now the rest of your emails are going to go into their inbox. So hope that really helps, and yeah, come back to me with any questions and I will do my level best to help you out. Next part is going to be on how to deliver this stuff and yeah, actually get some sales out of it. So until then, see you later, and I'll catch you soon.